Hi there, it's Ernest from TripAstute. In this video, we're exploring the roadside assistance provided by many credit cards and sharing some tips on how to use this benefit. Have you ever had car trouble when traveling? Or even a flat tire while commuting? If so, you know how frustrating it can be to have issues when traveling on the road. For many of us, it's both easier and safer to have roadside assistance help us out. However, did you know that many premium and even some non-premium credit cards offer roadside assistance? It's actually one of your card benefits. So today, we're going to review what's included and excluded from these policies and give you some tips so you can take advantage of this benefit when you need it. First off, not all roadside assistance is the same. For simplicity's sake, let's look at 3 premium travel credit cards: the American Express Platinum, the Chase Sapphire Reserve, and the Citi Prestige, in order to understand how each card compares when it comes to roadside assistance. The services covered by a credit card's roadside assistance is pretty standard with all the cards. This includes 24-hour towing, lockout services, battery boosts, flat tires, and fuel services. Coverage is also pretty similar in that it's generally limited to the US and Canada, with some cards like the American Express Platinum and Citi Prestige offering service in US territories like Puerto Rico and the US Virgin Islands. Some roadside assistance benefits only apply if you're over a specific number of miles away from your residence. In this case though, all 3 of these cards offer roadside assistance regardless of how far you are from your home. With the exception of the Citi Prestige, both the American Express Platinum and the Chase Sapphire Reserve let you use this benefit only 4 times per calendar year. The Citi Prestige, on the other hand, does not have any limits on the number of times that you can use this benefit. The Chase Sapphire Reserve and Citi Prestige will cover rental cars, while the American Express Platinum does not. This is really important to note, especially if your travel plans include a rental car. Lastly, the cost. The American Express Platinum and Citi Prestige do not charge anything for the service. However, there are some limitations. Your towing is limited to 10 miles, and if you need to be towed further, then you'll pay a rate per mile. Also, fuel delivery is limited to 2 gallons. The Chase Sapphire Reserve will cover up to $50 per incident, and from what I can tell, to have a towing truck sent to you costs around $60, so you'll end up paying around $10 for the service. Also, towing is limited to only 5 miles for free, so you'll have to pay per mile for anything over that. And fuel delivery is limited to 5 gallons, which is more than double the other cards. So, is it worth it? Well, that's a tough question. For me, I think it's a good benefit, especially if you're not covered by your personal auto insurance policy or from an external policy like AAA. If you're driving a rental car abroad, then you might need to search for other options, including the ones offered by the rental car company. Otherwise, these roadside benefits could come in handy if you ever have a problem on the road. For me personally, I rely on my personal auto insurance to provide roadside assistance when driving my car in town. If I have to be driving a rental car in the US, then I'll opt to use the insurance on my Chase Sapphire Reserve. And if I find myself renting a car abroad, then I'll probably pay for the insurance from the rental car company, even though I know it's probably overpriced and full of fine print. So, in addition to everything, here are some tips to keep in mind when it comes to roadside assistance. Number 1, service covers you and not your car. This is an important thing to keep in mind when using the roadside assistance benefit from your credit card or AAA. You should be covered regardless of what car you're in. This is usually not the case when using roadside assistance from auto insurance companies. While they offer coverage for you as a driver for their insurance policy, they typically will not provide roadside assistance when driving a car that isn't in the policy. So definitely check with your auto insurance company if you don't have credit card or AAA coverage. Number 2, motorcycles, large trucks, and recreational vehicles are excluded. If you want to use your credit card's insurance for a non-traditional vehicle, like a motorcycle, know that these policies generally will not cover it. Number 3, roadside assistance from auto insurance companies is usually a cheaper option. While roadside assistance from auto insurance policies may not provide coverage for rental cars, they're usually a good choice for your daily commute. The rates are extremely low, and you'll usually get the same type of help that you would get from a service like AAA. Number 4, roadside assistance offered by rental companies is usually unnecessary. Much like the auto insurance that they will offer, the roadside assistance is usually pricey and full of stipulations and additional fees. I would avoid opting for this insurance unless you're traveling abroad and you don't have any other coverage. Number 5, Beware of unauthorized roadside assistance when traveling. This is a common scam when traveling. I've heard stories of people getting their rental car tires punctured, then getting help from an unauthorized service truck who then charges a lot of money, or even worse, robs them. I would suggest sticking to help provided by your rental car company and checking your tires for any punctures when it's parked and before driving on the road. Number 6, consider AAA or a similar service. I know a lot of folks love having AAA roadside assistance. Being from Los Angeles, it feels like everyone has it. I do think that they provide the most comprehensive roadside assistance services, as well as great discounts for travel. I personally find it more cost-effective to have roadside assistance from my insurance provider for my personal vehicle and using my credit card's benefit when renting a car in the US. Though I totally understand the appeal of using a service like AAA and not having to file anything with your insurance company, since there's less risk of an insurance company raising your premium because you filed a roadside assistance claim. Have you used your credit card's roadside assistance benefit? If so, please share your experience. Also, let us know if you have any questions. I've included a few articles that I found while researching this topic. In addition, if you're interested in applying for any of the cards mentioned in this video, check out our card offer page for the latest promotions. We do get a percentage if you use our site. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but it helps us to continue building content for this channel. If you enjoyed this video or found it useful, please hit the like button and consider subscribing, and visit our website and sign up for our newsletter for travel articles, updates, and information on giveaways. Until next time, travel safe, travel smart.